So in this video, we are going to look at two learning intentions, what appreciation means and how to calculate a new value after appreciation using a formula. So we will be successful if we understand and know what appreciation means, and also if we can use the formula to calculate that new value. Okay, so once again, for this lesson, you will need your calculator and something to write with, and suggest that you make notes using these example pages I'm going to go through. So again, like before, if I'm going too fast, just pause the video and then you can write down what you want to write in your notes jotter and then restart it. Okay, so we're looking at appreciation. First of all, we need to know what does that mean. Well, appreciation is the percentage increase, that's the important bit, is increase of the value of an item over time. So it's going up. Okay, so appreciation is all about an increase in value, so it's going to go up the way. The process for calculating the amount after appreciation is exactly the same as compound interest. So we're really lucky. So last day we had the formula to calculate compound interest, and we saw that it was just taking the original value or the amount and we multiplied it by this multiplier, which was the decimal to do with the percentage. We took that to the power of the time. So it's very, very similar here. So these examples are to do with taking an old value and working out a new value to do with a percentage increase over time. So let's have a look at an example. Example 1. So a cottage has appreciated. Okay, so we know that it's appreciated. So that means that we are increasing, so we are going up in value from £90,000 in 2013. It's going up from £90,000 in 2013 by 5%. So there is my old value, so I can underline that, that's my old value. A percentage here is 5%, and the time is, well, we're going from 2013 and it's going to be put on the market, it says this year, so that's up to 2020. So the time element, all of the state that I can work out would be 7 years. Okay. Question is, what is this new selling price? So we're appreciating, so we're going up. So we want to think, right, well, the house used to be 100%, but we are increasing, we're appreciating, so we're going to add on that 5%. And our new value will be 105%. Okay, but remember we want to convert that into decimal, so that multiplier is going to be 1.05. Okay, so let's work out that new value. So we just use the formula above. So we've got new value. We look at our old value, which is £90,000. And we're going to multiply that by 1.05. That happens every year from 2013 to 2020, so 7 years. So again, using your power button, go straight onto the calculator, type that in, and we get our answer. So I'll write down the full thing before I round it. So that comes to £126,639, and then we've got 038. Now, I was thinking about money, jam, because it's a value of a house. Could round that to 2 decimal places. So that would be if I was thinking about money. That would become 0.4, 2 decimal places. But the question says round to 3 significant figures. Okay, so the most significant figures for those first three, so I'm rounding the first three figures here, the most significant ones. So that's going to become 120, and then I look at the next number because it's 6, so we push that up to 7, so £127,000. Okay, now what you'll notice is that not every example you're going to look at today includes money. So this process can be used in lots of different examples, and you don't always include money. So remember, appreciation is about a value of something increasing over time. So this time we're looking at the area. So the area of the Sahara Desert is approximately 3.5 million square miles. If the Sahara Desert is increasing at a rate of 4%, calculate its size in 5 years' time. So there's a lot of information. There's my old value, my percentage, and my time. It's telling us that it's increasing, so that I'm going to appreciate, so I'm going up the way. So we've got our original amount, 100%, and we're increasing the value by 4%. So that means that we end up with 104%. Now remember, our magic multiplier needs to be a decimal, so we want to convert that into a decimal by dividing by 100. So the new value, if we use a little formula, is the original value, 3.5 million, times this magic multiplier, 1.04, to the power of 5 years. Okay, so this time that works out as 4,258,285, really precise, 0.158, and that is this time square miles we're looking at. And there's no specific rounding requirement, so I can just leave that as my final answer. Okay, and let's just look at the last example. So one more thing just to consider is that not every example that you see will be dealing with a number of years, because it can be any time element. It could be minutes, it could be hours, it could be days. So watch out for that one. So let's have a look at example 3. So this time it is estimated a swarm of locusts contains 750,000 individuals. If the swarm increases in size at a rate of 20% every week, calculate the number of individuals in the swarm in 6 weeks' time. Okay, so I've got my original number. I'm increasing, so I'm going up the way. I've got my percentage, 20%, and I've got my time. So let's start looking at the multiplier. So again, I've got 100% of my value. I'm increasing by 20%, so I'm going to add on. So that's going to go up to 120%. Into the calculator, I want to change that percentage into a decimal, so I divide that by 100 and I get 1.2 or 1.20. So the new value, the new amount of locusts after 6 weeks is taking the original amount of locusts, 750,000, timesing it by the percentage multiplier, power of 6, because it's 6 weeks time. And this time, a huge increase, because it's 20% every week. That goes to 2,239,488 locusts. Again, there's no rounding requirement, so I can leave my answer.